Chevrolet Corvette First Generation, C1, 1953 to 1962. The first generation of Corvette was introduced late in the 1953 model year. It first appeared as a show car for the 1953 General Motors Motorama, held January 17 to 23 at New York's Waldorf Astoria Hotel. At the time, Chevrolet General Manager Thomas H. Keating said it was 6 months to a year away from production readiness. The car generated enough interest to induce GM to make a production version to sell to the public. First production was on June 30, 1953. This generation was often referred to as the solid axle models. The independent rear suspension was not introduced until the second generation. 300 hand-built Corvette convertibles were produced, all polo white, for the 1953 model year. The 1954 model year vehicles could be ordered in pennant blue, sportsman red, black, or polo white. 3,640 were built, and sold slowly. The 1953 and 1954 model years were the only model years of the Corvette sold with an engine that wasn't a V8. The engine used in these two model years was a 235 cubic inches, 3.9 liters, version of the second generation Blue Flame inline 6 generating 150 horsepower. The 1955 model offered a 265 cubic inches, 4.34 liters, V8 engine as an option. With a large inventory of unsold 1954 models, GM limited production to 700 for 1955. With the new V8, the 0 to 60 miles per hour time improved by 1.5 seconds, and saw two new competitors called the Ford Thunderbird and the Studebaker Speedster introduced that same year. 1956 Chevrolet Corvette Transistorized Hybrid, vacuum tubes and transistors, core radio option, which was GM's first start in using the modern solid-state electronics for a production car model. A new body was introduced for the 1956 model featuring a new face and side coves. The taillamp fins were also gone. An optional ramjet fuel injection system was made available in the middle of the 1957 model year. It was one of the first American mass-produced engines in history to reach 1 bhp, 0.75 kilowatts, per cubic inch, 16.4 cubic centimeters, and Chevrolet's advertising agency used a 1 HP per cubic inch slogan for advertising the 283 bhp, 211 kilowatts 283 cubic inches, 4.64 liters, small block engine. Other options included power windows, 1956, hydraulically operated power convertible top, 1956, heavy-duty brakes and suspension, 1957, and 4-speed manual transmission, late 1957. Delco radio transistorized signal-seeking hybrid car radio, which used both vacuum tubes and transistors in its radio circuitry, 1956 option.